The CSL Pedals have been the cheapest load cell offering ever since its inception. But how do these pedals stack up against modern competition? Well, let's find out. This video has not been endorsed by Endor AG or any third party in any way, and the CSL pedals have all been purchased using my own hard-earned Great British Pounds. Alright, let's get stuck in. Our story starts in April of 2021, when on April 1st, Fanatec teased the sim racing community. The CSL Pedals released alongside the now infamous CSL DD in Fanatec's bid to re-corner the budget to mid-range sim racing market, introducing the CSL Pedals at a very enticing price of €80. The CSL pedals have a lot going for them, with a fully steel construction as well as two Hall effect sensor equipped pedals, with the option of purchasing either an additional clutch pedal for €40 or an additional load cell brake for another €140. Wow, that's a whole lot more than I remember, jeez. Also included is this really nice adjustable powder coated footrest, as well as all of the cables you'll need to get driving. As years have passed by, these pedals have also found their way into multiple bundles and savings deals along the way, the most notable being the Ready to Race bundle, where if you purchase a wheel and these pedals, the price of the CSL DD in the bundle will be docked by a staggering €100. All in all, with its superb adjustability as well as its addition to Fanatec's aforementioned Ready to Race bundle, it's no wonder why it's regarded as one of the best value load cell pedals to this day. Now, best value doesn't always mean it'll be a good product, so let's see how it performs out on track, shall we? The CSL pedals excel when it comes to its performance out on track, with countless hours of my own testing pushing these pedals to their limits, and I mean their limits. Surprisingly enough, all three CSL pedals I have still feel great despite, that, although they could definitely be improved upon. For example, the throttle has very little feeling and a very light and linear travel with no real positive feedback, as well as this awful metal clanging sound when you release the pedal too quickly. Same with all of their other pedals, although this loud banging is almost completely dampened on both the load cell and non-load cell brake to a certain extent. As for the non-load cell brake, the included sponge really isn't that great, as it only slightly increases the overall resistance of the pedal, making its build quality the only real improvement over other cheaper offerings. Without the load cell brake, you also lose the ability to connect these pedals as a standalone unit to your PC via a USB Type-A cable. As well as this, the entire pedal set is incredibly angled away from you, meaning if you want to have vertical pedals on a rig, it's necessary to tilt the pedal mounting plate incredibly high to get a comfortable position. The benefits of this naturally tilted position being for those of you without rigs or those of you with a wheel stand. Although I find it difficult to imagine it'd be very easy to use the load cell kit without a rig. Speaking of, you'll hear more about the load cell add-on in just a moment. But before I get sidetracked further, let's take a look at the Fanatec software. Both Fanatec softwares for the CSL pedals are relatively basic, only really allowing for basic adjustments such as brake pressure and both top and bottom dead zones. The Fanatec software looks a bit dated, but plugging in your CSL pedals and updating or restoring their firmware is an incredibly simple task once you're in Fanatec control panel. As well as this, if you plug your CSL pedals into a Fanatec wheelbase of any kind, you'll also get the option to change the quote brake force on your wheel rim, even while you drive. I feel all of this comes together to make the CSL pedals a really strong product thus far, with my only main issues being with the lack of resistance on the throttle pedal and the sponginess of the pre-configured brake. Unlike the CSL throttle pedal, subscribing to the channel won't leave you unsatisfied. Thank you, and let's take a closer look at the load cell add-on. As previously mentioned, the CSL Loadcell add-on was released alongside the base CSL pedals as a fantastic first-party upgrade for some otherwise very uninteresting pedals. The Loadcell, however, as you'll see in a moment, has, in my personal opinion, fallen flat, not only amidst recent competition, but also in isolation. The Loadcell is a mixed bag, as I feel it could have a lot of potential, but it's been executed rather poorly. Almost all Loadcell pedals I've driven have a lot of travel in addition to the Loadcell, which not only feels more natural, but also affirms you mentally that you are in fact braking. With the CSL Loadcell, this is not the case. When you push the brake, on camera, it looks like there is a considerable amount of travel in the pedal, but through your foot you feel about as much as standing up or pushing against a brick wall. This not only feels unnatural, but also hinders overall feeling and performance out on track, to the point when I switch to other pedals, I feel an overwhelming sense of relief afterwards. I know of a few solutions to this problem, mainly being third-party enhancements and modifications, such as ones from the likes of 3D Wrap and many sellers on eBay and Etsy. If this travel issue could be solved, I feel it would improve the Loadcell drastically, to a point that I could actually recommend this upgrade in its stock form. So, would I recommend these pedals to anyone? Well, yes but no. Hear me out. If you could manage to get a good deal on these pedals, whether that be in a bundle or secondhand, I'd say these are a really good shout for first-time sim racers or those of you that are on a budget. The Loadcell brake on its own is very passable in 2024, but could certainly be improved upon with its lackluster feel while braking. Plus some of the smaller issues with the standalone CSL pedals, such as its limited mounting options and it doubling as a drum set. Yeah, it's a little bit loud.